And you will never know what you are capable of achieving if you do not have the confidence to achieve it. This might be a little controversial, but I think there's a lot of similarities between Olympic athletes and Miss America pageants. Hear me out. Hi everyone, I'm Nina Davalori and welcome to All My Stories. Today's video is a Ask Nina video. I have been asked how to build confidence and how you can have a winning attitude. And given the Olympics are happening right now, I feel like it's just in the air. Like we all feel motivated. We feel like we want to work towards something. We want to hit our goals. Like we want to feel good about ourselves. Like I feel it. Like I feel it every Olympic season, every time it comes along, because there's something in the air where we're reminded of what we're capable of doing. And you will never know what you are capable of achieving if you do not have the confidence to achieve it. Comment what goals that you have set for yourself and what you hope to reach, or a goal that you have reached. Like, let's start a chit chat because I want to know why you're here or what you're looking and what journeys you're on. And I love reading the comments. So please subscribe, like, share, do all the things. There's a lot of similarities between Olympic athletes and Miss America pageants because I think there's one thing in common. We all want to win. We want the crown, we want the gold, we want the medal, we want the shiny accolades. And I think there's a certain drive and confidence that you have to have before you even get to the top of the mountain. So if you are working towards something and you are feeling a little down, or you have a goal that you haven't reached yet, or if you're just not feeling confident today or maybe in life, I am going to share 5 ways to build your confidence and have a winning attitude. Also, please know, I recognize I'm not an Olympic athlete and I'm not saying I am. The reason why I make that parallel and comparison is because there's so much training that goes on behind the scenes. No one saw all the work that I put in. No one saw me lose the 55 pounds. They just see that one night on television and they don't understand everything that I put into up until that night, and then also everything that comes after it. There's a whole job after it. And I think there's a lot of similarities with Olympic athletes as well. They're training for years of their life, and then they have this one big moment to shine. And then sometimes that moment happens again and again, but for some Olympic athletes, it doesn't, right? It's just that one moment. Also, fun fact, for the Miss America judges, they actually have an athlete on every single panel. So there has to be an athlete, there has to be someone in business, someone in fashion, someone in media, someone in entertainment. So they try to have experts in each category. So typically the athletes are Olympic gold medalists. So I met Shawn Johnson during the year I was giving up my crown. She was a judge. Michaela Maroney judged the year that she had won the silver in gymnastics. I love gymnastics. So there's just a lot of interesting like parallels of competition. And when you're giving up your title, you sit down with all the judges, and I kept saying, you know, Miss America is just not about one night. It's about all the preparation and actually doing the job of it the rest of the year. And I felt like Shawn was like the quickest to understand that and appreciate the hard work it goes into one night, but recognizing that work isn't done, it doesn't end. And so she just like got it really quickly, which I loved, and she was awesome. So hi, Shawn. If you have not seen the Michael Phelps documentary, The Weight of Gold, it spoke to me on so many levels. If you're a pageant person or if you're an Olympic athlete watching this, hello. Just watch it. It's so good, and I think anyone can benefit from it because it just really takes you into the psyche, and it's something that I really connected with. Also, if you have not read Gracie Gold's book, Out of Shape, Worthless Loser, very similar storytelling, and she's also in the documentary. So love those both. That is not what this video is about. I am going to share 5 ways to build your confidence and have a winning attitude. So let's get into it. Number 1, ask yourself why you want something. I say this all the time, but it could not be more true. You need to have a solid why. For example, I wanted to be the first South Asian to win Miss America. That was my why. I felt like there was no one who looked like me. I was tired of seeing, you know, a certain stereotype and image of what Miss America was, and I felt like I could represent a new demographic of what America is. Like, I cared so much about that. And because of that, a lot of what I did along the way set myself up for that one why. So having a very clear why of what you want is going to be the thing you come back to, the thing that you come back to when you are on the floor hurting, when you are going through the depths of it, when you are just going through the hard times. You need to have that why and that calling that you are going to remind yourself the whole purpose of what you're doing and why. Also, knowing your why is what's going to give you that confidence to keep going. It's also going to give you that confidence to share why you're doing something, to justify maybe why you might be doing something. I'm not coming out tonight because I'm doing this. So having that will be your North Star that you need on this journey to confidence and winning. Number 2, prior preparation prevents poor performance. The 5 Ps. I learned this when I was in high school. Yes, I have to admit it was through Pageant World, but it could not be more true because you have to put in the work. There is no easy way out, I promise you. There just isn't. And anyone who says there is lying to you, because there's no easy way out. There's no one-way ticket. Do this and you will win. The only thing you can control on your journey is the amount of work you put in and what you decide to do, your actions. I recognized in putting in the work that I have to work on the things that are hardest for me, the things that I am not good at. Because it's easy to wake up and work on the things that you love. I loved working on my talent. I loved working on my interview. Those were great. I did not love working on my swimsuit body. You know, we all have different skills that we're really good at, but we need to cultivate new skills or get better at skills that we already have. And those are the things you need to start with. When you start with the things that you're bad at, you're going to have the confidence that you have prepared your weaknesses. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that when you put more work into those skills, that is what's going to give you the confidence that you actually have those skills. That's what's going to give you the confidence to say, I can totally do this. I got this. I've done it. I've worked on it. And you already have the ones that you're great at, which is a bonus, and you're already confident about those, but it's those ones that you're not so confident about that you need to put in the work and you need to put in the preparation, and that's what's going to make you feel good as you move into number 3. Number 3, ignore negativity. You are always going to get criticism and negativity throughout your journey from either yourself, there's negative self-talk, or from someone outside who is in your world or isn't in your world. You know, all kinds of comments come at you when you are trying to reach a goal for something specific. You have to train yourself to let go. Let it go. It is in my one-person show. And the reason I'm also bringing up that example is because one of the new skills that I started doing and one of my childhood dreams that I started pursuing was singing. And I'm currently at NYU doing my master's in vocal performance, and I had posted a TikTok video of me singing Let It Go. And I'm really proud of being able to sing that song. I have put in like 4 years of singing behind the scenes, 2 years in school already at this point, to get to this point, to feel confident to even perform in public or perform on a stage in front of people I knew, which is actually much more hard. It's easier to perform in front of a crowd of strangers. It's much more difficult to perform in a crowd of people that you know very well. And that's what I did for my show. And I was just so proud because I knew the years that went into that, the hours that went into that, the moments along the way that I was just so close to quitting. And I get emotional because it's true. Like, I was so close to giving up during that moment, and to get over that hump, the only reason why I got to this point of feeling confident is because of the amount of work that I put in. And of course, when you put in the work, you see results. That is a natural progression of what happens. You will see results. And so when I posted that video, I got a comment that said, please don't post videos of you singing. You have a terrible voice. It takes away from everything else you do. And for the first time in my life, reading that comment, I was like, this is absolute BS. It is nonsense, because I know in my heart of hearts, I know from my calendar how many hours I have put into this. I know and I'm confident enough to know that I'm not a bad singer. I know that it doesn't take away from what I've done. And I can also say, you know what? It's subjective, and for some people are gonna love it, some people might. It's just perception. But I know, and I feel confident, that the majority might disagree with you, including myself. And that is because of all of the preparation and all of the hours that went into it. So you need number 2 to get to number 3. Number 4, you have to believe that you are worthy of winning, of getting to that goal, that job, that career, that position, whatever it might be. You have to believe in yourself. And I learned that because the first year when I competed at Miss New York, I had a lot of negative self-talk. I told myself that I wasn't worthy. I was nervous about what everyone else was doing around me. I was comparing myself, which is the worst thing you can do in building confidence. And I was so caught up in my head, and I was so distracted, I couldn't believe in myself. And I was so negative towards myself. And that goes back to number 3. I think the biggest negativity I had faced going into Miss New York that first time was my own self-talk. I was telling myself that my body was not ready and that I looked terrible. Is my talent good enough? Like, I was questioning all of these things because I didn't believe. And when you have even a tiny drop of doubt, that will kill your confidence. You cannot have a shred, an ounce of doubt going into anything that you are meant to have in your life. Because if you do not believe in yourself, who else will? And there was a moment where that clicked for me, where I was like, well, if I don't believe I can do this, why would anyone else believe I can do this? If I don't believe I'm not worthy of winning this, why would anyone else believe I'm worthy of winning this? There's so many things that flipped for me as soon as you made the switch of starting to believe. Even if you're doing the work and you're still in your head telling yourself a different story, that you're not good enough or you might not be as competitive as this other person, that's gonna kill your confidence. So you have to let go of all of that outside noise, ignore the negativity, including you, and believe in yourself and get grounded enough to believe in yourself. And that takes time. It took me time. It didn't happen overnight. It was a process of all of these things coming together, which is why I think it's the 4th step. You have to get to this point of wholeheartedly, inside and outside, that you believe you are meant to be in this role. Number 5, you have found your why. You have prepared. You have let go of negativity. You believe in yourself, and now you gotta fake it a little until you make it. It is true. It is actually true. You have to pretend that you already have the thing you want. You already have the thing you want. You already have the job. You got the career. You made the team, whatever it is, because you are worthy, and that is what's going to give you the confidence to believing that you're going to get this. And acting like you already have the job or acting like you already made the team or got into the school, it really does build your confidence, because in your head, you are thinking, oh, I'm doing the job already. I already got this. I'm totally here. I've done the work. I believe. All of that comes together in this little fake it till you make it. And there is a moment in time where, because you have done all these things, you have the confidence when it actually comes to game day, whatever that might be for you. As human beings, it is really hard to wholeheartedly believe in yourself until you start thinking of that fake it till you make it mentality. But it is visualization, because you are visualizing yourself getting the job, getting the promotion, getting the win, whatever it might be, because you're seeing it in your head, and then you really start actually feeling it inside. The way I visualized or manifested, I think they kind of have a little bit of crossover, but I would pretend I had won Miss America and I was giving my acceptance speech. I would look in the mirror and give my acceptance speech of what I would say. Like, I saw myself and visualized myself actually walking that runway, thinking about what I was going to do when I went to the press conference. All of those steps I had thought about beforehand. And because I believed that I could do this, you don't know for sure, but I believed that I could, when I went and actually got the thing, I was so prepared and knew exactly what I was gonna say and knew exactly what I was gonna do, because I was faking it till I made it. by pretending, essentially, that I was going to have to do all these things. And I think that's really a part of building the confidence that you can win your goals. I hope that these 5 things help you build your confidence and a winning attitude towards whatever goal that you might be trying to set for yourself or reaching for at this moment in time. I have to caveat this by also saying that even if you do these 5 things, sometimes you don't reach the goal, right? Sometimes you just don't. You don't get the job. You don't get what you were looking for. You don't get what you wanted. And I truly believe what is meant to be yours will be yours. And there's a reason why that particular wish, goal, dream did not happen. And hindsight is 2020, and I really believe that the universe gives us 3 answers, and that's yes, yes, but not right now, or no, because I have something better. So keeping all of this in mind and all of this perspective, I hope that this video helps you be a little more confident, have a little more of a winning attitude, think a little deeper about what it is you can do to help better yourself and position yourself to go after, get the things you want, and win. Thank you so much for watching. If you got any value out of this video, please subscribe. You can also follow me on the socials, Instagram and TikTok. I'm there at Nina Davalori if you want to stay a little more connected. And I will see you next time. Bye.